And now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry. Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where... Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Bubs, or Adam, and welcome to Word Salad, the podcast about whatever the hell I want. It's like Welcome to Night Vale in the style of Bo Burnham and a deeply disturbed, psychotic, creative man. Let's see. I have shit written down here. If I can fucking find it, that'd be great. Word Salad started as a place to talk about my daydreams, my dreams, my delusions, or whatever the hell I want. And now, it's exactly the same.
Not right. Not right. That's right.
Well, you see, all things change, and the podcast has shifted to become more, more comedic in its tone, if you know what I'm saying. More like a comedy podcast. And that's about the only thing that's changed. So anyways, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read some Dracula daily. Because I want to, and because I've been meaning to read it, but I don't have an excuse to. But if I'm getting content out of it, I'm betting I could trick my brain into reading something that isn't fan fiction for a total of at least, like 15 minutes, you know. That's a good amount of content. I like that. Just let me hit my vape first. Dracula Daily. Dracula, May 3rd. Meet Jonathan Harker on a fun road trip for work as he collects some new recipes. Jonathan Harker's journal. 3rd May. Biztriz left Munich at 8:35 p.m. on 1st May, arriving at Vienna early next morning. Should have arrived at 6:45, but the train was an hour late. Budapest seems like a wonderful place, from the glimpse which I got of it from the train and the little I could walk through the streets. I feared to go very far from the station, as we had arrived late and would start as near the correct time as possible. The impression I had was that we were leaving the west and entering the east, the most western of splendid bridges over the Danube, which is here of noble width and depth, took us among the traditions of Turkish rule. We left in pretty good time, and came after nightfall to Klausenburg. Here I stopped for the night at the Hotel Royal. I had for dinner, or rather supper, a chicken done up some way with red pepper, which was very good, but thirsty. Got recipe for Mina. I asked the waiter, and he said it was called paprika Händel, and that, as it was a national dish, should be able to get it anywhere along the Carpathians. I've found my smattering of German very useful here indeed. I don't know how I should be able to get on without it. Having some time at my disposal when in London, I had visited the British Museum, and had made search among the books and maps in the library regarding Transylvania. It had struck me that some foreknowledge of the country could hardly fail to have some importance in dealing with a nobleman of that country. I find that the district he named is in extreme east of the country, just on the borders of the three states, Transylvania, Moldavia, and Bukovina, I think so, in the midst of the Carpathian Mountains, one of the wildest and least known proportions of Europe. I was not able to light on any map or work giving the exact locality of the castle Dracula, as there are no maps of this country as to compare with our own Ordnance Survey maps, but I found that Bistritz, the post town named by the Count Dracula, is a fairly well-known place. I shall enter here some of my notes, as they may refresh my memory whenever I talk over my travels with Mina. In the population of Transylvania, there are 4 distinct nationalities. Saxons in the south, and mixed with the Wallachs, who are the descendants of the Dacians, Magyars in the west, and Szekels in the east and the north. I am among the latter, who claim to be descended from Attila and the Huns. This may be so, for when the Magyars conquered the county in the 11th century, they found the Huns settled in it. I read that every known superstition in the world is gathered into the horseshoe of the Carpathians, as if it were the center of some sort of imaginative whirlpool. If so, my stay may be very interesting. Mem. I must ask the Count all about them. Oh, I think that's memo. Memo. I must ask the Count all about them. I did not sleep well, though my bed was comfortable enough, for I had all sorts of queer dreams. Whoa, queer! That joke is never not gonna be funny to me. Okay, alright. There was a dog howling all night under my window, which may have had something to do with it. Or it may have been the paprika, for I had to drink up all the water in my carafe and was still thirsty. Towards morning I slept and was wakened by the continuous knocking at my door, so I guess I must have been sleeping soundly then. I had for breakfast more paprika and a sort of porridge of maize flour, which they said was mamaliga, and eggplant stuffed with forcemeat, a very excellent dish which they call impletata. Memo. Get recipe for this also. I had to hurry to breakfast, for the train started to get a little before for the train started a little before 8, or rather it ought to have done so, for the rushing to the station at 7:30, I had to sit in the carriage for more than an hour before we began to move. It seems to me that the further east you go, the more unpunctual are the trains. What ought they to be in China? Well, you know what? That seems to check out right here. Germans complain a lot about their train system, but the train system is way better than the non-existent train system that we have in America that we need. Fucking, I'm gonna take a break to sip my vape. I'm gonna make Dracula Daily a thing until I'm gonna read it until it's gone in this podcast. All day long we seemed to dawdle through a country which was full of beauty of every kind. Sometimes we saw little towns or castles on the top of steep hills, such as we see in old missals. Sometimes we ran by rivers or streams which seemed to which seemed from the wide stony margin on each side of them to be subject to great floods. It takes a lot of water, and running strong, to sweep the outside edge of a river clear. At every station there were groups of people, sometimes crowds, and in all sorts of attire. Some of them were just like the peasants at home, or those I saw coming through France and Germany with short jackets and round hats and homemade trousers. But others were very picturesque. The women looked pretty, except when you got near them, but they were very clumsy about the waist. They had all full white sleeves of some kind or other, and most of them had big belts with a lot of strips and something fluttering from them like the dresses in the ballet, but of course there were petticoats under them. The strangest figures we saw were the Slovaks, who were more barbarian than the rest, with their big cowboy hats, great big dirty white trousers, white linen shirts, and enormous heavy leather belts, nearly a foot wide, all studded over with brass nails. They wore high boots with their trousers tucked into them, and had long black hair and heavy black mustaches. They are very picturesque, but do not look prepossessing. On the stage they would be set down at once as some old oriental band of brigands. They are, however, I am told, very harmless, and rather wanting in natural self-assertion. Oh, like me. I'm gonna take a break here to talk about a couple other things. I got some things written down here. Oh yeah, I went to therapy today. It was nice. I told about my trauma with my dad, and I got further on my BPD diagnosis. I'm pursuing a BPD diagnosis because I absolutely for sure know 100% that I have it. And let's see. Oh, my name change. Oh, that fucking bullshit. Okay, so my name change. God damn it. So I sent in the documents that I was told to send, and I sent my $15, and they kept my $15, and they told me that I sent the wrong documentation, and now I have the fucking. I'm in a situation because okay. So after you get a court order for a name change, fucking you only have a year before you can change it on your birth certificate, and like, it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. And if I have to get a new court order because of the bullshit that happened, I'm gonna be so mad. And I'm also gonna need more money for the name change, which I already thought was done and over with. And I'm so mad. I thought the court order would be the end of it because I didn't know nothing about the legal system. I'm so mad about it. Fucking bullshit. Oh yeah, I got a caseworker. Because I'm trying to get on food stamps. And I have no idea how all the paperwork works, and I don't want to know, and my brain could not possibly handle the paperwork. So I got a caseworker for that. I gotta go to the dentist. I really gotta go to the dentist. Fucking my wisdom teeth are coming in, and they're squeezing my bottom teeth, and it's like I can tell that they're starting to crack and like get pressure on them, and it's not good. One of them came in normal, like on the top left backside, and I can touch it, but the rest of them are there, and I can tell they're there, and they're kind of making my jaw hurt and my teeth hurt, and I need to get them removed. I really, really want to record myself on word salad while I'm on laughing gas. I really want that. If I get put on laughing gas, I would love that. Okay, let's see. Talk about psychosis. Okay, alright, I could do that. I could do that all day. Alright. Where's my psychosis page? Alright, here we go. I've been having more alien delusions. I had a manic episode that put me in the hospital, and I've had alien delusions ever since. Like, it's like my thoughts cause reality, or everything has symbolism in it that it doesn't necessarily have. Like God or aliens or whatever, or the universe is speaking to me, you know? It's not distressing, at the very least. It's like I've been talking to the TV, and the TV seems to symbolically talk back. I'm not really sure if that's just because I'm a medicine man, or it's because I'm delusional. It could be both. I'm not sure. Maybe delusional people are prophets. Who knows? Anyways, here's some other symptoms that I've been dealing with mental illness-wise. Extreme sudden boredom. Like, bored to tears. Like, I need to be constantly stimulated, or I just get understimulated to the point of extreme frustration and, like, needing to find something to do, like, with hobbies or with work or, like on this podcast or with learning things on Duolingo. And I don't want to sleep. I've been not wanting to sleep. Like, my mania has been causing me to just, like, I don't know. I want to be awake. I want to experience the world, and I want to experience things and talk to people and do stuff like all the time. And I can't always do that, and it frustrates me. And then I have to sleep when my body absolutely demands it, or when I take my medication and it forces me to go to bed. Let's see. My brain doesn't let me read things that I think are hard, or that I think are uninteresting. It doesn't let me do that for some reason. And I have trouble getting my mouth to say things that I'm thinking. Let's see. This is a note for my caseworker. I'll read that to you after I get back to this daily Dracula, after I sip my vape. Oh, I got a message. From my friend. They say they have a question. They want to come over and smoke. That's cool. I'm working downstairs on my podcast. Okay. So at around 7 p.m.-ish, some friends are going to come over and we're going to smoke. That sounds awesome. That sounds amazing. I like that. Cool. Alright, back to this. I'm already bored. I don't want to read this. How much is left? Not very much. Okay, alright. It was on the dark side of twilight when we got to the Bistritz, which is a very interesting old place. Being practically on the frontier, for the Borgo Pass leads from it into Bukovina. It has had a very stormy existence, and it certainly shows marks of it. 50 years ago, a series of great fires took place, which made terrible havoc on 5 separate occasions. At the very beginning of the 17th century, it underwent siege of 3 weeks and lost 13,000 people, the casualties of war proper being assisted by famine and disease. Oh, gross. Oof. Okay, Count Dracula had directed me to go to the Golden Crone Hotel, which I found, to my great delight, to be thoroughly old-fashioned, for of course, I wanted to see all the ways of the country. I was evidently expected, for when I got near the door, I faced a cheery-looking elderly woman in the usual peasant dress, white undergarment with long double apron, front and back, of colored stuff, fitting almost too tight for modesty. When I came close, she bowed and said, "The Herr Englishman." "Yes," I said, "Jonathan Harker." She smiled and gave some message to an elderly man in a white shirt sleeves, who had followed her to the door. He went, but immediately returned with a letter. "Hey, I'm reading Dracula Daily. Hi. Hello. You could say hello to the podcast. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. My friend, welcome to the Carpathians. I am anxiously expecting you. Sleep well tonight. At 3 tomorrow, the diligence will start for Bukovina. A place on it is kept for you. At the Borgo Pass, my carriage will await you, and will bring you to me. I trust that your journey from London has been a happy one, and that you will enjoy your stay in my beautiful land. Your friend, Dracula." Hello. That's do you know about Dracula Daily?
No.
It's this email subscription thing, and it sends you little bits of Dracula according to like when they were written in the diary of Jonathan.
That's so stupidly adorable.
Yeah.
Also, Dracula was just very gay. Very camp.
Very camp. He's cool. I like him.
I mean, like, he was so very camp. Like, there was a
Can you
whole
hand me my
stream
water?
of counselors, okay? That's how camp he was. There were bunk beds and everything. That's how campy Dracula was, okay?
He had a literal camp.
Yes.
God, we laugh at stupid shit all the fucking... This is a strawberry.
No, the
The package.
The strawberry from Not How to Train Your Dragon, but Cloudy with the Chance of Meat.
Oh yeah,
Strawberry.
woo and woo and woo, but him with a Glock. This is a strawberry. And woo, hey you wobbly,
I literally.
hey you wobbly, a wobbly, a wobbly.
There's a leak in the boat. Okay. Anyway.
I love you. What's that? What flavor is that? Can I sip it?
Forest berries.
Ooh.
Yeah. No more hitting my vapes because you just made it hiss.
I don't know how I do that.
I think it's you do that after you hit, and it like half hits it, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I can attempt again here. I stopped.
I know.
I stopped inhaling. I don't know what it is about how I breathe that kills vapes. I don't know what it is. I have no clue. Oh yeah, I have an entire bag in the bathroom full of vapes that I have killed that belong to my sibling.
Yeah, an entire fucking.
An entire bag, like how alcoholics
sack.
have a bottle wall, we have a grocery sack full of just killed disposable vapes that I killed.
Yeah, and then there's another half sack of vapes that you didn't kill that just died on their own naturally of natural causes of being empty.
Natural causes of being empty.
That's what I.
That's how I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Just died of natural causes of being empty. Okay.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, alright. I think that's it for this content part of the podcast, and now I'm gonna make some breakcore. I call this segment of the podcast Bubs Forcing You at Gunpoint to Listen to Breakcore. And now, the weather. I thought that was really fun. So what I do now is when I'm in the middle of making a word salad, I just stop and I make breakcore. So I can make two things at the same time, and it really optimizes this whole creativity production work thing. Here's the thing that Markiplier said: as long as you continue to create content, you will eventually become successful in terms of getting popular on YouTube. And I hope that rings true, because I can certainly continue to create content, and I can continue to be a lovable and nice person and funny in general, and I'm hoping that that will get me to be famous eventually. But the thing is, what Markiplier did while he was growing is he asked favors, genuine favors from his listeners. So if you're listening to this, I would ask you to share my posts about my podcast, or to share links to my videos on YouTube that have my podcast on them. That would be lovely. I would love if you would do that. That would be just amazing. Well, it's been great having you guys. I've got no more bullshit to talk about, so I'm going to let you go. Bye-bye.